Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, right?
Thanks.
Some time for us.
I know, I'm excited.
There you go. So, this is a platform from our community to our community. So, students can get to know each other better. And we basically want to know who's Yuri without the gi.
All right. Yeah, without the gi. So I'm Yudi, and I'm an associate therapist. I am also a PhD student, and when I'm off the mat, I'm helping other people within our community as well. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you're doing like a PhD in psychology?
Yeah, marriage and family therapy.
All right, cool. And I know you're married to Carlos, right?
Yeah, I'm married Diego, yeah.
Oh, Diego, not Carlos. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, nice. So basically, your daily basis are like helping people.
Yep, seeing clients, studying more, and also like coming to do jiu-jitsu when it's time to like take a break and start turning off my brain. But and I also have a dog, and so I'm raising a dog. He's 9 months old, and so that's what I do.
Awesome.
That's my daily basis.
Awesome. And then I remember we talking one day, and you said like, even though you're a therapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now Jiu-Jitsu plays the role of your own therapy.
Yeah,
Is that true?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you can learn, in a textbook, but there's other things that you have to go experience yourself. This is something that I talk about a lot with my clients, but you have to go learn in a different way sometimes. And so what I came to Jiu-Jitsu, I came looking for a new activity. I came looking for something new, a new exercise, a new workout. I didn't think I was gonna find a whole different way of psychology when I came here. I thought this was just gonna be a sport, a hobby. And I came here and I started realizing just how much this connects with psychology and just how much I was able to start building my self-confidence, start working on my focus, and mainly like being able to work under stressful situations. And so I started learning things that I couldn't really learn in a textbook.
Jesus, that's great. That's great. That's good to hear that. Yeah. And can you be more specific?
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that's like, how do you see it? Because you have like a very good academic background and knowledge.
Yeah.
And now have the Jiu-Jitsu. How
they come together.
Yeah, how is that integration? Yeah.
Yeah. So what ended up happening is you come to Jiu-Jitsu, you're a white belt, you're scared, you're nervous, you don't know what's going on. And as I started gaining, like the community itself of Jiu-Jitsu, the other women and the other like students of the school started opening up their hands. They started to like being really nice and kind, slowing things down for me, that I started building that confidence and sense of belonging in a community. And so that felt really good naturally, but also it's being put in really tough situations. When you're in jiu-jitsu, you're getting choked, you're in weird bends, and you start to think like you want to panic, you want to be able to move and just jolt out of there. But sometimes the best thing that I learned out of jiu-jitsu is that you have to breathe. You have to calm down. You have to figure out where your body is and where your opponent's body is, so you're able to move out effectively, not just wasting energy. And that applies to the real world, because sometimes you are put in really tough situations in life and all you want to do is get out, that you're reacting but you're not responding. So what I mean by that is that you're being super reactive, impulsive, and you're not thinking about what you're trying to do to get out effectively, smoothly, and safely. And that's what leads to a lot of problems. So what I noticed is that jiu-jitsu helps you train that in a very controlled and safe environment, that you can start to gain that confidence with yourself. I can breathe. I can calm down. I'm gonna be okay if I respond instead of react. That helped me so much to be able to work that into my therapy as a therapist. Sometimes you're put in situations that you don't know what's gonna happen next, and you just have to slow down and sit there with people and breathe. And so that's really the biggest thing that I learned, is how to breathe through really tough situations, even when your airway is literally getting choked.
Literally, right?
Literally getting choked.
So now you're saying that like you can apply that for yourself,
Yes.
and also as a advice for your clients
Yes,
as
for
well.
anybody,
Yeah.
for anybody.
Yeah.
No matter the age, no matter if you think you can be good at jiu-jitsu or not, this is a really great way to practice that skill, especially if you become mindful of it. If you become aware that these lessons taught here can be worked anywhere else.
Okay.
And that's like one of the biggest things I wish I could tell people, is that this isn't just a sport, but it's also a way of building that mental fortitude too.
That's great. And you mentioned that while you are like in a session with a patient, sometimes it's you hear from like hard things to hear, right? And now you're saying like, oh, I need to breathe through this too, right?
Breathe through this
it's
too.
a tough one for me. I don't know what to do, but like
I know
breathe.
I can figure it out.
Yes, yeah, that's amazing.
Especially since I am also kind of working with other trainees who are just starting to becoming a therapist. I help them too. I tell them that like there's things you can't plan for. A textbook isn't going to tell you all the ways of life, but sometimes you just have to just breathe and sit there and kind of just trust that you're going to be able to sit there with another person and figure it out.
All right. And with that said, do you believe that like BJJ can support like individuals with ADHD?
Yes, yeah. So they definitely, I think jiu-jitsu, when I come here sometimes a little bit early and I see some of the kids class going on, I see how you guys teach kids, not only keeping them focused and engaged, but you're also helping them slow down. And I noticed that with myself too. Like I said at the beginning, like sometimes you want to just go quick and use all of your force, but as you start doing jiu-jitsu, you learn that if you go quick, your opponent can use that against you. They can shift your weight, they can pull you around. So kids with ADHD will start to be actively engaged in their body because they're moving it, so they're doing something, which is different than like being in a classroom where they're just stuck sitting there. So jiu-jitsu helps them move their body, learn with their body, and be able to connect that mind-body connection. And while learning and while putting things to practice, that usually in school they have them sit down on a piece of paper, and it's really hard.
I see. I don't know much about the science behind like behaviors of people with ADHD.
Yeah.
Can you explain me better how their brain function and like the body and brain?
Yeah. So ADHD is a mental disorder that's mainly seen in children, but it's a lifelong disorder. So if you have it as a child, you're gonna have it as an adult. The biggest thing about it is that it is a dopamine seeking. So dopamine is like the happiness hormone in your brain, and serotonin is the happiness hormones in your brain that usually neurotypical people who are normal will get this when they fold their laundry, when they do their activity, when they feel like they won something or did something good. So normal people will get this when they finish a task. But people with ADHD don't get that same reward and like don't get that same reward feeling. It doesn't feel as good when they do their laundry, when they do their dishes, when they do their homework. And so they're always looking for something. So ADHD isn't that they lack attention, but they have too much awareness of attention. So they learn things really quick. If you notice, a lot of kids with ADHD actually are really quick learners. They look like they're bored in class sometimes because they already finished or they know what they're doing. And it's not that they're not paying attention, but it's because they need a different challenge. They need something that activates more of their brain, their body, to make them more engaged with the learning.
Okay, so the dopamine, let's pause that. So the dopamine, it takes more time to kick, or they produce less?
It's more like they need more stimulus.
Okay.
They need more stimulus. So that's kind of what it is. So there, a lot of times you'll hear people say like, oh, your child is sensory seeking. Sensory seeking is just that they're looking for something. Sometimes that means that's why they're running around. That's why they're climbing a tree. That's why they're screaming. That's why they're like playing bullying. That's why they're like pushing other kids. That's why they're breaking pencils, because they're bored and they're looking for something to do. And so they're little kids, and the little kids are super smart.
A lot of energy. Yeah.
They are gonna figure out how to use their energy, even if it's the wrong way, because all they want to do is get it out. And so that is something that parents with kids with ADHD really struggle with at home, in school, because my kid is just breaking pencils, pushing kids, being loud, doesn't listen. And it's because they haven't had an outlet to release their energy, all of their creative energy too. They need to get it out.
So can you tell that it can be considered like a superpower?
In its own way, yeah. If you train it and if you help them believe that. I think that's the thing with kids with ADHD. They learn, I'm bad, I'm a bad kid,
Yeah.
I don't do good in school. So they get all of these messages that they're bad. And if you train it that they're good, they just need to learn how to source their energy, guide their energy to put it there, then they can be so amazing and so smart.
And like you mentioned, not only kids, adults as well, right? So I think like it's that thing that that label that we get as a kid, and now like, oh, you're like, you don't behave, you're tough, this and that, and now it becomes who you are.
Exactly.
So it's about like relabeling people.
Yes, it's about and giving them that environment to be able to believe it, right? So in jiu-jitsu, other sports, being good at school, those are all the ways that you can help kids realize they're not bad. And so those are the ways that you develop that self-confidence and that relabeling, that re-identifying of who they are.
Okay, and then I see that jiu-jitsu maybe because it requires a lot of attention and it's a lot of stimulus as well, right? And yeah, you can't think about other things while somebody's like on your neck.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't, and you have to pay attention to where your body is, where your opponent's body is, and what am I gonna do to get out of here?
Okay, so then when kids are learning jiu-jitsu, so they need to, so it's better if you give them like a lot of tasks instead of just one position or something.
A little bit of both, because sometimes they need that repetition, right? Because sometimes they need that repetition, and that also helps them develop the resilience to know, hey, life is a little bit boring sometimes. Life isn't always going to be new stuff, but sometimes you get really good at mastering that stuff through repetition.
I see that. I see some kids and adults too. Sometimes they see the position, the technique of the day, and they do once and like, oh yeah, I know already. I got it. But now like, and we need the repetition, right?
Yeah.
We need like to repeat like several times, like the same thing, zillion times. And that's sometimes the challenge that they get.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to do, oh, I know this already. So
yeah, and the task for them to think, yeah, you know this already. Now let's do the details. Now let's make it really clean. Now let's make it near perfect. So you know how to do it. You know the basics. Great. Now make it to get the details right.
Yeah, like keep challenging them with the same
thing,
same task,
but a little different. A little different. Because I noticed that that's what Professor Leticia does for me too. Well, she'll say, okay, yeah, now focus on your hand movement here. Don't forget that this is really important. And she'll come and she'll help me, and I realize jiu-jitsu is the details. And the more you learn those little details, the more you can apply it later in a competition, because you understand the importance.
And then I'm gonna say, hey, and you can breathe also too.
And you can breathe. That took me the longest to figure out, guys. That took me the longest to figure out. I don't know if you remember when I first started here, I was like, I can't.
Yeah, it's okay to breathe. It's better if you breathe though.
Yeah, like Professor Justin was just like, breathe, champ. And I was like, I can't.
That's cool, right? And what about like helping with the emotional intelligence?
Yeah, no. So I was telling like a lot of people that jiu-jitsu is a real test of if you know that emotional intelligence piece, if you know what your opponent's gonna do, because you have to be attuned. We call it attunement, which basically means connection, which means like that like I know you kind of feeling. Like you might feel it with your partner, when they're emotionally attuned to you, they get you, they just understand what you're feeling. That is what I noticed on the mat, is you start to learn your opponent. And I'm sure you as a black belt might know that, like, you go against similar opponents, you kind of know their game, you kind of know who they are or how they're going to play. So that's a really big skill that you can learn. And also just like having that community of people around you who you get to develop relationships with, on the mat, but like off the mat when you're chatting. And so you just get to really be more social, but then you also get to be more confident, because it's a team sport, but a solo sport all at the same time. And I think that's why I really appreciate it, because you're still working on a team with a team, but when you're on the mat, you're solo, but in the best way possible, because it's you showing up as your team, as all of the ways that your professors, your coaches, your teammates have all helped you learn the techniques. And
Totally.
so, yeah.
There are some days that are like, you pretty much come to see your friends here, right?
Yeah, I do that all the time. I do that all the time.
I don't feel like training too much, but maybe.
I want to go talk.
I'm gonna see people, I'm gonna see my friends there, yeah, totally. Many times in my journey, that was like the thing. Like, I don't feel like training hard today, but my friends are there. I need to go. I need to be there too. That FOMO,
I want to go play. I get so sad when I see the girls chat and they're posting pictures, and I'm like, man, Lexi was there. I wish I was there. I get so sad.
That's true. And then let's go back to the science behind the emotional intelligence again. Because in Jiu-Jitsu, like, we can't get what we want when we want.
Oh yeah.
Right? So, and it's about training the brain in different ways. Do you see that situation help us to get better with this emotional intelligence? Not only kids, but adults as well.
Yeah, no, everybody. So what I notice a lot is, how we were saying, like, when you think you know something, and it kind of takes you really trying it and testing it. Like, I recently competed, and I came in there like kind of like, okay, I'm gonna try my best. I don't really know what I know, but I'm gonna go try. And it wasn't until I got onto the mat with a new person in a new environment, in a new way of putting to test all of my skills, all my training, that I started to realize I don't know as much as I thought I knew, because there's ways I lost that competition, but I lost it so beautifully because I learned what I need to do next time. And what I learned is it's the details again, and it made me stronger because it made me want to keep working, keep competing, and just keep learning how to perfect and how to train harder and train more intentionally.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You're a smart person.
I hope so.
Because yeah. Because many people, they focus on the final result when they go for tournaments. Of course, we're all seeking for the gold medal.
Yeah.
But there's one only there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's gonna make us better if you understand this mindset of learning instead of just focus on the win.
Yeah.
Because for myself, for instance, my best lessons came from my loss.
Yeah.
Because then it made me improve. Sometimes the celebration of the win makes you forget about everything, which is part of it.
Good point.
Yeah, but then you're so excited with your win, and you forget about all the things that you could improve. But then when you lose a match or a tournament, it's man, that little thing that you could do better sticks in your brain, and now
I'm never gonna get cross-color choked again.
Type of the thing, right? Yeah. So the lessons that we learned there, it takes one time. It takes once. Whereas here in the school, you train a year, and it happens 100 times, and you don't learn. You don't even aware. You're not even aware of.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to add to the when you don't get what you want, I think one of the best ways I've trained too is with the coaches, Coach Lexi, Coach Danny, like they help me a lot when I'm rolling with them, because they're just flow rolling with me, and I learned so much about what I do intuitively and how my other person's gonna respond that I didn't even know was gonna happen. I'm still a white belt, so I'm still learning. And so what's really cool is when they get me in a position that I'm just like, I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know I could end up like this. Or like, how did you spin me around like that? And it's so cool because you keep learning more things. And with that science aspect of it, your brain is plastic, is what we call it. So it's moldable. And so what we mean by plastic is that your brain, no matter what age you are, is always learning. It's always growing. So when you're put in situations like that, not just coming in for your first class, because that's a new environment, new thing, but as you're continuing on and learning more stuff, your brain is literally connecting new neural pathways. And so you're building your brain, even just being put in funny situations with the brown belts who are spinning you around all kinds of random, and you start learning, wow, my body, like the way that they were able to manipulate my movement and that just expands your brain so much. And it's a really good thing. Scientifically, it's proven that if you're continuing to learn new things, you're less likely, or you're starting to prevent, it's a preventative measure to Alzheimer's and dementia. So those are things like doing things like this can really help your brain stay active, keep it learning, and make sure that you're not staying like not only sedentary, like sitting down, which is not good for you all the time, but keeping that brain like protected.
That's great. That's good. So you're saying that learning is good, and also physical activity is good too, for what they say, right?
Yeah.
It's essential for like to prevent those disease.
Yeah.
So now you can find these both in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah, you can find these totally in jiu-jitsu.
So it's the physical and the mental all together. Yeah. Okay. All right.
For anybody, kids who's ever willing to start, and we have a great community here who's really warm, open, and inviting. So it's just, you can't beat it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So going back to that neuroplasticity, is it a word? So do you believe, like scientific in talking, do you believe that like the experience that you live here doing the classes and while training will help us to mold our brain for the experience of the mats?
Oh, yes. 100% yes. Again, there's all of the little lessons in here that a lot of us go a long time not realizing that there's lessons that are not related to jiu-jitsu on the mat. And maybe it's because of my own academic training that I was very aware of it all. But there is so many lessons within social, within resilience and confidence building that you learn on the mat so you can take off the mats. But also that learning new things is going to build that confidence. If I can learn a hard sport like jiu-jitsu, if I can get headlocked by a brown belt, I can go do my taxes, I can go get a new job, I can go do an interview, I can go tell my partner I love them, like all of those things. Like you can be brave on and off the mat.
Yeah, that's great. It gives you like the confidence, for sure. For sure. And handling like this comfortable, like in jiu-jitsu, it's one of the experience that we live all day here, right? Every day we're always like not comfortable, in like under the mount position, under the side control, somebody on your neck, on your back.
Side control.
I don't judge you. And so that's gonna build that resilience that you're talking about, right? Because now knowing that you can handle that one situation.
Yeah.
Like doing your tax, like, oh, that's a cake. I can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Easy. Another thing is when you have a bad day on the mat. When you show up and it's happened to me before where I come in, I really wanted to train, and I come here and I just feel like I'm uncoordinated. I don't know how my body's moving. It's being ridiculous. And when you have those bad days, even though they're awful and you leave because you're so frustrated with yourself, you leave frustrated, but that's a lesson in of itself too, you know, like you're not always gonna have a great day on the mat, but then you come back and you do it again and you try again and you learn more because you had that really hard day where you're frustrated, like why aren't my feet, why is my footwork not working, why am I not, why do I feel so awkward in this position?
Yeah, it happens.
And you come back and you just keep trying, and that's a lesson too. I can have a bad day on the mat, but it's not the end of my sport. It's not the end of my training.
And I have a news for you. This is not a white belt thing. It happens to me too.
I believe it.
After more than 30 years training jiu-jitsu, I still have those days.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's so hard because I leave so like, why did I do that?
yeah. But yeah, you start to, it's okay. And like, for instance, yesterday morning, I woke up and I was like, same thing, but like, I dropped like things on the ground, like just like first hour in the morning, I was like, man, my body's like
not working.
So I dropped like something, I don't even remember what I did, but like, man, what's going on? And then I went for a training session, and boom, and now I think they readjusted and reset it, so, and now it was good too. Yeah, it's good. So Yuri, do you remember any situation, either in your personal life or like work, that you clearly remember that there was like the training on the mats that helped you to navigate through that one situation?
Oh, so clear. Yeah. So I'm a couples therapist. I work with a lot of couples, and if you're helping as a therapist, as a couples therapist, you're helping people in the worst time of their life. People are coming to couples therapy or therapy in general, needing not only help, but they're angry, they're frustrated. They're having a really bad time. And so I work with couples, and couples are really hard and really unique because they love each other and they hate each other all at the same time. And sometimes you get put in situations in couples therapy where they're yelling at each other, they're yelling at you, they're really unhappy, they're showing all of their emotions. It's really raw, it's really vulnerable. And I remember really clearly one time in a session, I was just kind of thinking, I was like, well, I'm not out of control, but I've lost control of this session. These two are fighting in front of me, and I feel like I need to intervene. How am I going to do that? Because I can't match them. If they're up here, I can't match them up here. I have to be the calm in that storm. And so I just remember just thinking, like, you know what? I got choked out last night. I can choked out on these mats. Like, I can come back and breathe and know that I can be in stressful situations and still be calm. And I came in there just really calm, and I was able to settle that session a little bit. And there's still, there's still clients, they're still coming back, and we're still working. And so it was really great though, because I didn't feel as sweaty on my palms anymore.
Okay.
I felt like, no, I'm okay. Like I can handle this.
So you literally picture like you being choked for another student here, and like, oh, that worked. That it was worse than this. Okay, I can handle this.
Yeah, I can handle this. I got out of that. I can handle this.
Yeah.
And again, it's that remembering, like, you need to pace yourself, be calm, breathe, and just be able to keep going.
That's cool. That's amazing. Yeah, it makes me happy. As an instructor, it makes you happy that because that's the goal. Mm-hmm. So we have real people here. Mm-hmm. We rarely have professional athletes here.
Yeah, we also have firefighters.
Yeah,
police officers.
Yeah, from every field.
Yeah.
And that's the goal of the school, and my goal as an instructor is to use Jiu-Jitsu as a tool to help people's life to get better.
Yeah, in
through
every
Jiu-Jitsu.
way. Yeah.
So it's good to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course.
It makes me super happy. Yeah.
No, it's really, I started Jiu-Jitsu not knowing what I was getting into. I've never done a martial art. I've never been interested in a martial art until I became an adult. And I showed up to my first class scared, nervous, and didn't know what was gonna happen. But I think it's one of the greatest gifts I've ever
Okay.
given myself, but also been a part of.
All right. If you could, in one sentence, kind of tell people that don't train jiu-jitsu, what would be the advice for them?
Start now. Start right now.
And why is that?
I would say, come try jiu-jitsu. It's one of the most fun things. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be sporty. You just have to have an open mind, and you just have to want to try something new, and just come and show up and just see what your body really can do. You'll be amazed. I see some people, some other women amazed that they have so much strength, and it's so beautiful to see all of us helping each other, and it's just a really great community. So I would say just come in. If you're curious, come try.
Awesome. That's good. Cool. Yuri, let's go back to the Yuri of the mats without the kimono.
Yeah.
Do you have any personal project that's coming, either personal, professional, that you want to share?
Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
Excited with, or something that you're doing right now or planning to do?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So I'm obviously I'm a therapist, I'm active, I'm working. That's one of my also pride and joys. Same way that you want to give the gift of jiu-jitsu and help people in their life, is the same thing I do, just with the mental health. And so that's one of my biggest things, is I love being able to see people and meet people and help them in the hardest time of their lives and let them see them grow and flourish out of my office. And I'm also a PhD student, so I'm studying, I'm working on my dissertation, and I'm hoping to publish some research soon. And it's called The Price of Helping. I'm trying to help society mainly understand that a lot of MFT students go into this field, and it costs a lot of money, and it's a lot of hard work to be in this field. And so maybe we can get some help and to get some more therapists in the doors who can't come in because of the financial aspect of it all. But more than anything, I'm just excited to be an active member of my community and helping other people, and just continue learning on and off the mats.
Awesome, that's great. All right, Yuri, to finish our conversation here, can you leave a message for our students here, to our own community?
Yeah, to all of the students I've ever rolled with or haven't rolled with yet, I really appreciate all of you. You guys have built me up, made me stronger, and I love training with you guys. I can't wait to be back here and see you guys. Some of the ladies, I'm going to see them here on Fridays. And so I just really appreciate all of you, and just can't wait to be better.
Thank you so much, Yuri.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Make time to come here and to chat with me. And yeah, I'm sure that the students of the school will love to hear, your insights, very good insights, and also to get to know better. Yeah, because sometimes we spend too much time on the mats training, and in and out the school, and
we don't get to meet each other.
The rush, and now we don't have much time to talk to each other and to get to know each other better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe that people will be happy to know you better. Awesome. Thank you so much, Yuri.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey. Amazing. There we go.
That was good.